This is the Albanian Riviera, southern Albanian coast, dotted with thousands of olive trees and the beautiful Ionian Sea in the distance. I'm heading north to the town of Borsh, which is about 30 minutes north of where I am now. I made it to Borsh Beach. It's a beautiful place. It's nearly deserted here. The summer season is over. The beach behind me, it's the longest beach in the Albanian Riviera, something like 4 kilometers long. I will be driving another kilometer or 2 down in that direction, and there's some hotels down at the very end of the beach, and I'm staying at a place called Hotel Angelo. I've just arrived at Hotel Angelo down on the beach in the town of Borsh, and there's the bathroom as you walk in the door. Little kitchenette. Wouldn't be home without stalactites on the ceiling. 3 beds. A wardrobe. A television. Nice little balcony. And a decent view of the sea. Dinner tonight, papas fritas, fried potatoes and Greek salad here at the beachside cafe in Borsh, Albania. Borsh Beach at night. The nice people at Hotel Angelo made me a plate of petula, or petula. It's fried dough with honey sprinkled on top. And I made this little plate of cucumber, tomato, and feta. And kind of a lame cup of Turkish coffee with a little milk in it. And I'm about to walk down to the beach. Images. So now I'm walking out onto the main little street, which is completely empty at the moment. It's about 7:30 in the morning. All the European pensioners in their camper vans are probably having their first polar bear swim down at the other end of the beach. The season's over and most of the places on the beach here are closed. All the little summer restaurants and little umbrellas on the beach with lounge chairs are all piled up and lay scattered about. To the south, and the direction is north towards Himara. The pavement ends here, just a little bit south of the main area, I guess. The concentration of little hotels and guest houses. Comes a local resident. A lot of the people you wave to here, and they just look at you. I suppose there are so many tourists around that if they wave to everybody, their arm would get too tired. There's a little horse checking the dumpster. Horses are out for their morning walk. Oh, look. You pulled it out. See what's there. Tasty. There's another horsey there. 2 horses. I saw them yesterday walking down the street, so I think the owner just lets them out to roam up and down the beach during the day. There's also a herd of cows that hang out along the beach. Here comes a masked man, probably to keep the dust down. Seems like most of the residences are closed if they are tourist related. There's the boat ramp. Be careful, there's a little cliff in the road. Look how close this house is to the ocean. If this was California, that would be a $10 million crib. And here it's just some normal person's house. This building has the vibe of a communist era structure. Also prime beachfront property. Everybody loves a good slice, and Albania is no different. And check out this little place called Horizonte. Is that not the coolest restaurant location that you've ever seen? Right on the beach, overhanging the sandy, rocky beach. Ohana's Beach Restaurant, 1.5 kilometers. Jungle camping, 800 meters. Yesterday at the table here, oh yeah, there it is. On the table is a glass slipper made from porcelain. And there was an old dude sitting there yesterday. And I thought maybe it was his espresso drinking from a bone china slipper. Dig this prime real estate. What a view, huh? Little tables, this straight closed up. Almada Bar. I wish they were open because I would stop for an espresso. And they are loyal to the brand Pascucci. Almost everyone here has a brand. There's Pascucci, there's Lavazza, there's Franchi, and a couple others that I don't recall. I suppose it's a package deal from the company where they get the glasses and all that stuff in exchange for using the product exclusively. So far, I think Lavazza has the coolest looking cups. Very modern, minimalist design with a nice shade of blue. Pretty slick little pads. That's a new one, but it's done pretty well. Here comes one little kid walking up the beach going to school. Imagine this being your morning walk to school. A ruined bunker on the beach. Here's a dried up spring from 1976. It's pretty cool. It says Viti 1976, and then at the top of it it says Parti Enver for Enver Hoxha, who was the dictator of Albania for nearly 50 years. It no longer serves, nor does he. A local lady just passed me. I smiled at her, but she did not return even an indication of my existence. Oh well. What a cool location for a little trailer, huh? Little Globetrotter has its own sink. Not too shabby. Here's the end of that busted up communist era looking building. Flo de Glow is the artist. Seriously though, I want this house. Don't mean to cast an evil eye on it, but it's pretty cool. Luckily there's nobody here to receive the evil eye. Looks like the roof is collapsed. But look, there's grapes, there's fig trees, there's olives. There's like a terrace. There's the entry. I wonder if anybody lives in there. Maybe there's like, nah, I can't imagine somebody living in there. That would be pretty scrappy, but there are the sound of water in there, so maybe so. Maybe there is one reclusive old person clinging to their place. Getting a little winded here. Luckily it's cool so I don't break a sweat. It's very lush around this concrete thing. So I have a feeling it's a cistern being fed by mountain spring water. Look, there's some hens and a rooster. They're running away from me, so that must mean life is dangerous in these parts for birds. They don't want to get munched. I'm just going to stop right here. I think this is someone's driveway, but you never know. This could be just another road. That's how they roll here. Little streets like this are roads. The sun is setting on Borsh Beach, and I'm walking along the nearly deserted town. It's very warm out, high 60s at the moment, light breeze. It's a perfect place to be. I'm leaving Borsch this morning and I'm headed up to a village called Çoray, which is about 8 kilometers up the road into the mountains you see behind me. I will visit there for a couple hours and then I'm going down to the coast road again, and I will head up to Himara for a couple of nights and check out Himara village and probably go down to the beach and check it out there as well. This is the entrance into the canyon that the village of Çoray is in. Looks like there's a rock quarry over there. Some super imposing, cool mountains. The river down below. And then the road ahead for about 7 more kilometers to get to Çoray. I'm at a fork in the road here. One road goes left and up the mountain. One road stays to the right. Google Maps is telling me that it's the left one. I will have to consult the other map app first and see if they concur before I commit to 6 kilometers up into the gorge. Well, I've crossed the bridge over the Borsh River and I've gone about 100 yards, 100 meters up the road to Çoray, and I can already tell that I'm going to have to abandon this venture to the mountain village because the road is really bad for this 2-wheel drive car that I'm in. I think I'm gonna bail on this one, come back some other time in a 4-wheel drive vehicle to go check out the village. I decided to go up to Çeparo village and check out the olive oil factory because it's only 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I figured, what the heck? We'll check out the olive oil factory. Entering the village of Çeparo. Lower Çeparo, that is. Here's the olive oil factory, and they've been making olive oil and it smells like olives. And here is the guy was shoveling spent olives, and I asked where I could buy some olive oil. This dude here is making a phone call and maybe I can buy a liter. Well, I came here to their place and Gikondi, it's all gone, their oil. I just talked to the lady and she said it's gone. And I said, what other oil can I buy that's good around here? And she just like made a sour face. So I guess if it's not their oil, nothing. Now I am headed up to the village of Kudhes. I drove this road last year, trying to get to the village of Upper Cheporo, which you can see on that mountain up there. But this was the wrong road. But it wasn't a road last year, it was a dirt track. And now look, it's the new road that goes all the way up this valley to Kudhes, up on the mountain, and then goes north all the way to the city of Vlora. So I guess I'm glad I'm seeing it just before that happens. Because once this road gets nice, I can imagine it will be an easy destination just to whip up there and whip back down. I'm driving up to the village of Kudhes. I pulled off the new highway and now I'm going up their road. The road to the town is paved all the way to the top, paid for by the good villagers of Kudhes. At the base of Kudhes village, there's a nice little chapel here. I have a feeling that it's Orthodox. Dimitr Kabutsi, 1856 to 1910. That there. Durat Kishes Nga Spirotata Kosmatsata. I think it was donated. Chapel donated by the Tata family. There's a grave there with a headstone that says 1848. There's a cemetery in the olive grove. I just talked to a local guy in broken Albanian and he told me there's no parking up above. This town is very steep and the road is well paved, but there's no place to pull over. And I do recall reading somewhere that you have to park at the bottom and walk up. It's a pretty sweet looking village. I know that the properties here have gone up in price because with the new highway and the proximity to the ocean, it's the next best thing to being on the beach. It's very steep. There's a cute little buddy there. Hey buddy, how are you doing? Mighty transformers of the village. There's a view of the ocean. That's Cheporo down there. Lord, is it a beautiful view. I've come down to the shore here, just below the coast road. There's a cute little cow here, but there's also this ditch that goes along the contour, and there's a bunker here, and there's bunkers further on down, all connected by this ditch. If there had ever been an attack by the imperialist powers, the communist soldiers would have manned these bunkers and fought tooth and nail with the Western imperialists. Off in the distance is the island of Corfu. Here's another bunker down this line of defense on the coast. You can see clearly through it as it now lay in ruins. I'm going to go inside the bunker, past these bushes, to see what it would have been like to be an Albanian soldier guarding the homeland against evil powers. Not a bad job, I suppose. You had to be a soldier somewhere. Guarding a bunker in Albania Might be a good gig if it's on the coast. Ooh. Just a hop, skip, and a jump back up the hill from the bunkers. And now to continue my trek to Himara. Mercy, mercy, the fun never ends. I just came around a bend after the bunker stop. And this is the Bay of Palermo. And over there is a fortress that was built by the Venetians to guard this section of coast. It's a triangular Venetian fortress. And I'll go down there and check it out in just a few minutes after I relax here in the shade of this lovely lookout that the Albanian government built for us. I think that was a trampoline for parties here on the little peninsula of Porto Palermo. It looks like the hobo gang has officially arrived. This building here is on the same little peninsula that the castle is on, and up there, barely visible, it says ropte, which means clothing, and then here it says Viti 1972, Viti Fitorev Tereia, which means 1972, a year of new victories. I wonder what victories occurred in this building or here in Porto Palermo in 1972. On this side of the same building, the text reads, Decisions of the 6th Albanian Congress Work Program. Here's another building from that era, I suppose. And I haven't even made it up to the castle yet. There's so much cool stuff here at Porto Palermo. I'm not going into the castle because I went into it last year, but it is pretty cool. If you ever make it over here to Porto Palermo, do go inside. It's only 300 lek. I just don't have the attention span at the moment to look at history and read things. I'm just freestyling right now. So I'm walking around the perimeter of the castle. So I know there's some fig trees around here. I want to see if there's any figs left. Not on this figgy. What you don't see in the travel videos. The back of all the monuments. Here's a figgy, but it looks like no more figgies. I'm about a month too late for figgies, I believe. So sad. Because I'll be loving some figs. I'm loving some wild figs. There's a couple dried ones. Perhaps I can reach them. And here is the money shot side of the castle. The beautiful ocean. I keep calling it a castle, but it's a fortress. It's a fortification. I don't think any... Oh, there's a fig tree. I was saying, I don't think any hotshots actually lived here, like kingly and queenly people. I think it was strictly a military endeavor. I did manage to get some dried figs off of this tree here. Too bad it's the wrong season to get a cutting. That would be pretty neat to get a wild fig tree from Ali Pasha's castle. It's just ever so slightly sketchy getting down from the backside here. Ouch. My knees ain't what they used to be. Here we go. Climb down. Good thing Ali Pasha's not here. He kicked my butt for stealing his figs. Ah, there we go. And just like that, I think I got my 300 lek worth of Ali Pasha Castle this time around. I am completely contented with my Ali Pasha Castle experience. Around the side. Oh gosh, this thing goes on for quite a ways. And around him. Oh, here we are. Finally, back at the front. Are you the castle doggy? You are, huh? You're the castle dog. As you can see here, the little peninsula, which is circular, is connected to the mainland by this little spit of land here. It's a place of leisure now. There's a guy fishing, there's some families sunbathing, and then up on the highway there's a couple of cafes. And over here is a former military base There's a bunker off in the distance in the hillside where they hid submarines, I believe, or boats. There's a Navy boat over there now that looks like it's functional. The rest of this place lay in ruins, although the flag is flying now, and I can see some military vehicles over there. So perhaps it's still an active base. I don't know. But there it is, some prime real estate.